Sunita, that's an interesting point that Kartikeya made, the fact that it's actually Sonia Gandhi's ideological position that she's actually left of center and she's actually the socialist thing in the Congress. And like he said, she would never go to Devraha Baba and seek his blessings. Rajiv Gandhi went. But
Anand Mahima, I can just go on and go on. Kachi wale Baba, I can just go. I have seen those pictures in black and white in color.
4 years back, there was a kind of rethink in the Congress. This temple runs, when they began their temple runs, Priyanka, Sonia, not Sonia, but Priyanka and Rahul for sure. Kamal Nath, 4 years back, he did that function when the foundation stone of the Ram temple was organized, and he said, look, the Congress did all this for the thing. But somehow the party seems to have corrected its course subsequently. What are the factors that went into their thinking for this?
You see, as Kartikeyan was saying, that they could never take the credit. And that's the reason that they lost Hindus to BJP, whereas they also lost Muslims, because Muslims blamed them for everything. 1949, 1986 unlocking,
about 60 years,
1989 Kilanias, and then 1992. Every time Congress was in power, and there are books which says that Rajiv Gandhi didn't know at one time. Narasimha Rao was sleeping when that it was demolished. 89, we know that it was done in agreement, because I remember I was there when Bhuta Singh had come, and there was an agreement with BHP that they'll do Shilanyas, and they'll allow Shilanyas in mid of elections. And that was the day we knew that they are losing Muslims forever. Now, today, they are in the process. They want to win back Muslims because they know that for them to get support of a large section of Hindus now, especially till Modi and the infrastructure of the BJP is there, is not possible. So they have to win back votes. It may be 20%, Muslims and others who do not agree with BJP's ideology, whatever percentage is there, they have to get hold of that. Because right now their major battle is to win Muslims from the regional parties. They don't have that, you have Mamata, you have Akhilesh and Mayawati. Everywhere they are facing challenge in every state, despite India.
Challenges for the Congress all around. And I want to ask Amitabh this question. Amitabh, the fact that the Congress, we know the dilemma of the Congress, that's very clear. But there's one political party that's wholeheartedly embraced this event, and it's gone out literally in the streets. That's the Aam Aadmi Party. What are the Aam Aadmi Party's calculations? Why have they grabbed this event? They've gone out. Chief Minister Kejriwal has said that he's going to facilitate people's visits to Ayodhya. Is that soft Hindutva for the Aam Aadmi Party?
See, essentially Aam Aadmi Party is today playing a tactical politics. So it realizes that what BJP has done actually is that it has seeded or successfully seeded in the minds of the Hindu voters that majority cannot live like a minority in the country. Okay? Whether it's a hardcore Hindu, whether it's a liberal Hindu, whether it's a soft Hindutva following or practicing Hindu. So this is very clear. Now, if they're in a country, you cannot today alienate the 80% majority population. Even in yesterday's speech, which everybody is talking about of Prime Minister Modi, which far inclusive, reaching out to the minorities, etc. But there is an undertone of a political dominance of the majority as well. Correct. So that the Aam Aadmi Party has carefully taken this lesson, and also this lesson from the decimation of the Congress party, or rather the weakening of the Congress party, or the errors which they have done. And the Aam Aadmi Party is today the only regional party. Of course, it is called a national party by the Election Commission. But I consider only two parties as national, BJP and Congress. Aam Aadmi Party is the only regional party which has today government in 2 states. So it is not bound by the perimeter of any state. It is not born out of regionalism. It is perhaps one of the only parties which has a Hindi-speaking leader who, which has appeal across the nation.
It's an aspirational party.
It's an aspirational party, and it realizes that there is an opposition vacuum. The weakening of the Congress. If the Congress again is reduced to, let's say, 50, 75, 100 seats, whatever, in these 2024 elections, then there is going to be a vacuum which it can occupy, and that it cannot occupy by being, or rather by alienating the Hindu majority community. See, as Kartikeya ji said, the dilemma of the Congress. See, there is a famous Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, I think is the name of the series. So, उसमें क्या है कि ये होगा तो दो बातें होंगी, है ना? और ये होगा तो दो बातें होंगी. अगर आप गए होते, ठीक है, तो जैसा कार्तिकेय जी कह रहे हैं कि लाइन हाजिर कर दिया, ठीक है, बट वो मैसेज कैडर के लिए होता, वो उसके कैडर को इम्पैक्ट करता, जेनेरिक पब्लिक को नहीं इम्पैक्ट करता. जाने से ये होता कि वो आपको एंटी हिंदू बताते भी, तो भी वो जेनेरिक पब्लिक पे नहीं इम्पैक्ट करता, और वो आपको एंटी माइनॉरिटी बोलते उस वक्त, करेक्ट, बिकॉज दे वुड हैव पेंटेड.
Yes.
I mean, see, a lot of communication which happens of the BJP is on the WhatsApp channels.
Yes.
Correct.
Which very few people have access to, and the Congress does not have the institution.
Very well summed up, Amitabh. Yeah, very well summed up.
That's
Very well
a
summed
good
up.
point. Yeah,
We are just looking or hearing the official modes of communication. We don't know what is happening on the ground in the WhatsApp groups.
That's
how they are being slaughtered on a daily basis.
Absolutely,
so if they would have gone, then BJP would have tried to paint them anti-minority.
Yes.
You know, it's a very relevant point because, you know, Himanta Biswa Sharma did not allow Rahul Gandhi to enter the temple.
Yes.
So actually, there was no alternative temple there.
For him to visit.
So on 22nd, there is no alternate narrative of Rahul Gandhi in a temple.
In another temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
He couldn't do that. They didn't allow him.
Amitabh, I want to bring in Gautam. Gautam, the fact is that it's very clearly established now that all the opposition parties are actually trying to cannibalize the Congress's space in the opposition. Aam Aadmi Party wants to do that. The Trinamool Congress is planning to do that as well, it looks like. And Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee led that the Sarva Dharm rally, and she's made some very inflammatory statements as well. But what is the Trinamool's game plan in all of this? How is it planning to be the alternative to the Congress?
I don't know if it's trying to be an alternative to the Congress, but it is, as usual, concentrating on West Bengal and wants a bigger chunk of the, if you like, the 2024 general election vote, leading up also to the next assemblies. It has no space or tolerance for Congress's shenanigans in West Bengal, and I think that's the main motive. And it couldn't care less about this India alliance either, because there is no real chance for Mamata Banerjee to lead it. So she couldn't care less about it.
Yes.
Actually, TMC busted itself in Goa elections, you know, despite that photograph of Adani and all that. It just didn't work. You know, parties which are anchored in regional pride generally don't grow out, you know. If you look at Sharad Pawar tried his best, he posted in Karnakaran's son, you know, he posted in Sangma from Meghalaya, Tariq Anwar from Congress from Bihar. But then there is no NCP, you just parcel out the seats. The only party which has the potential is right now in the semi-comatose mode is Aam Aadmi Party. All said and done, they are not anchored in Delhi's local politics. They have a sarkar in Delhi. They have a sarkar in Punjab. They had a chance in Himachal Pradesh, and you know they fought well. They got 10% of the votes in Gujarat. But whether AAP will remain a sort of a West India party like Tribune, you know, focused on the western side, or will it turn out to be a Times of India or Hindustan Times sort of a
that's
thing?
interesting.
But,
Tribune or a Times of India, that's a good analogy. But Kartikeya, I want to close by asking you this thing that, you know, one of our panelists also mentioned it. Will the Ram temple have an impact south of the Vindhyas, where there are 127 Lok Sabha seats and the BJP is just one a handful? It has the smallest footprint there.
Prime Minister has done his job. Prime Minister has done his job by showcasing that there is a cultural connect between North and South, which predates Dravidian politics, which predates the politics of the Kannadiga pride, or predates the politics of Andhra and Telangana pride. He has done that. The only issue is that the BJP is right now organizationally not strong enough to take on regional parties. That one. Secondly, identities are also fractured. For example, you have a large presence of Christians in Andhra Pradesh.
Yes.
You have a large presence of Christians in Kerala.
Yes.
You have a large presence of Christians who do not document themselves as Christians but are in the scheduled list because the benefits go to them in Tamil Nadu also. Right. That is one. Yeah. And secondly, BJP has not been able to put its house in order in various states.
Yes.
If you look at Karnataka, they are fighting all the time.
Yes.
Even in Telangana, the house is not in order.
Yes.
Andhra, it is non-existent. They have not been able to create that organizational grid which a party should have in Tamil Nadu. Right. So yes, that barrier is there. But I think probably they may need to change the strategy.
Right.
Maybe they need to go back into alliances in South India, not dominate them, but respect them. I think if you ask me, BJP, the way it behaves in West and North, should behave in South India the way they behave in Northeast India.
Right. Right. Accommodative.
Accommodative. Yeah. I think they will need a different politics for South India.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, and that in fact is actually brings me to the close of this discussion. Thank you very much, Gautam, Sunita and Amitabh for joining us, and Kartikeya. The fact that this is Prime Minister Modi's temple trump card, but will it work south of the Vindhyas where the BJP has the smallest footprint? We'll have to wait and watch 3 months from now.
News 9 Plus. Download now.